program is intended for mature audiences.
Welcome.
Okay, for the fourth fucking time, let's try to do this the right way now. This podcast that you're about to listen to is from an old YouTube video from 2017. I am starting a series which I'm going to be recycling some of the old content where the legs first started to form and become what this podcast is today. As you know it, love it, or hate it, you can see where I started using Google Hangouts, trying to figure out how this shit all works, trying to come up with ideas for content and be a fucking, I guess, like a regular person who goes on the internet and talk. Before I said fuck it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do, and I'm not gonna try to follow whatever everybody else does in a standard cookie cutter way that people do it. I'm gonna do it my own fucking way, god damn it, because that's how I do it. So this is episode 1 of the series. Bibles and Arrows is the episode name. What is the series going to be called? I don't know. I haven't thought that far yet. Computer's fucked up. A lot of things are happening. So if I could even get this uploaded, I'll be lucky. Now, having said all that, I might have to transfer over to my phone, and we might have to record through the Anchor app, which would be good. Ad for them, ad time for them, bad for me, because then I can't add the drops that I want to add. But we'll worry about that when we get there. In the meantime, let's kick off this fucking podcast and hope that you have an hour's worth of the podcast in this moment in time, because as we sit here right now, you only have 50 minutes, so I got at least 10 more minutes to figure it out. Fun part for you is you get to see where it was and then where it will finally end up, because as we're sitting here right now, I have no fucking idea. Make sure it's gonna work. Okay. So I keep hearing about this dude that went over to some island someplace and tried to bring Bibles over to this group of people that wanted no parts of it, and he got whacked with arrows. So I'm kind of looking into this because I've heard bits and pieces of this in a few different places, but before now, I've never heard of this island or these people, for that matter. Apparently there is some guy who used to stop over there periodically with things, I guess, back in the early 90s. I don't even know how to say this dude's name, but it looks like his initials are TN Pandit. Pandit. This fucking dude was regional head for India's Ministry of Tribal Affairs. He embarked on visits to their isolated island community over a period spanning decades. Tribe who lived there near total isolation for tens of thousands of years came to global attention last week after they reportedly killed a 27-year-old American would-be missionary trying to make contact with them.
We come in peace.
So I need to know more about this kid. Was that some... Who told this fucking guy, man, that this is a good idea? You know what you should do? You should go try to hand God over to people that don't have contact with anyone outside of themselves. That's a fucking brilliant idea.
God has a heart on.
You know, because those are the people who need it the most. I don't get it. It doesn't, I don't even have words. If you can't get, this is where I wish that I had somebody who is religious to be able to talk me through this kind of a deal. But I mean, I don't know what this kid was, so maybe they will say something about it. Let me just figure out where I was at. Oh yeah, okay. Now this guy, Pandit, whatever his name is, is now 84, says from experience, the groups are largely peace-loving and believes that their fearsome reputation is unfair. During our interaction, this is him quoted as saying, during our interaction, they threatened us, but it never reached a point where they went on to kill or wound. Whenever they got agitated, we stepped back. Step as in left completely? I feel very sad for the death of this young man who came all this way from America, but he made a mistake. He had enough chance to save himself, but he persisted and paid with his life. Come on, bro. Stop it. So you mean to tell me, okay, this guy pays some people to get him there, obviously, because from what I understand, this place is hundreds of miles off of the coast of India. So it's not like you're going into a bad neighborhood. These people are on a completely separate island. They don't deal with people that are not from there. They have a core group of 20 something of them, and that's it. What the hell makes you think those people, that's who I have to reach? Not the guy that's strung out on drugs in the jail or in the rehab, or even, just some regular asshole walking down the street that I think might actually benefit from what I'm trying to say. And is it possible? Is it possible that this kid was suicidal? I'm sure I probably sound like a monster for even suggesting such a thing. But I mean, you gotta either be completely blind to the idea. Like, I don't understand why, out of all the people in the world, why would you choose these people? I mean, this guy's not only a few years younger than I am. You couldn't pay me money to go and try to talk to somebody that don't want nothing to do with me. It doesn't make sense. First set out to visit North Sentinel Island, solely inhabited by the tribe in 1967 as a part of an expedition group. Probably saying that wrong. Let me grab this link, and I'm in the wrong spot. Keep forgetting all I had to do is click a tab over. This is what I'm reading from. If you have a better link of some place that has a little bit better information, send it to me. But I put that up there in case anybody wants to click it. Oh shit, and this is only from 3 hours ago. Terminator Timeline, this shit was recorded on November 26th, 2018, and I'm sitting here now, July 27th of 2019. By the time you hear this, it will actually be August 3rd, so there's that. We're bouncing all over the fucking place, dude, so this is not in any way recent. Okay. Yeah, we already covered that in 67. Initially, Sentinels hid in the jungle from visitors, and then on later trips shot at them with arrows. So I guess when they thought, maybe if we hide, they'll realize that there's nobody here. Maybe we all got up and left to a different island and they'll leave us alone. But then when they come back, it's like, alright, dude, we're not gonna hide anymore. Now we're just gonna fuck you up. You try to come on to our property, place where we live, and bring whatever kind of shit with you. We're not doing it. If somebody tried walking up in my house, I'd want to kick their ass too. I mean, obviously, I live in a country that has laws and shit, so I'm not going to kill them. But I mean, I get it. Anthropologists would bring a selection of items along with them and their trips to try to engage contact. Well, let's say that you did engage contact How the hell are you going to communicate? Clearly, I would imagine that they don't speak English.
He made me this color so that I may talk.
I mean, dude, I'm sure they have their own language, but if you can't understand them and they can't understand you, how the hell are you going to have contact with them? And what makes you so special that you think that they want to talk to you? We had brought them gifts of pots and pans, and what are they going to cook it on, man? Ugh, Jesus. Even if I'm sure that they know how to use fire and shit, but I don't understand how you would expect them to. They probably, I would imagine, they would use pots and pans as a weapon. Somebody's trying to come over here. Here, come here. Let me, bash your head in real quick.
Mama keep the pots and pans in the kitchen.
Squirrel!
Large quantities of coconuts, iron tools like hammers and long knives, so they can stab you. We had also taken along with us. Yeah, good luck. I don't even know. ONGE. What the fuck does it? I'm not even gonna try. They're another local tribe. To help us interpret their speech and behavior. He recalled in an essay charting his visits. Even he's wild, man, but at least he had the sense to back up and get the hell away from them. But the Sentinelese warriors faced us with angry and grim faces, fully armed with their long bows and arrows, all set to defend their land. Who was the U.S. man killed in the remote island? What could we learn from the remote tribes? U.S. man deaths put spotlight on tribal tourism. Dude, why? You have all different kinds of shit that you can do. You wanna tribal tourism and go to the fucking south somewhere. I'm sure they got some shit in the Carolinas they ain't never seen before. And despite their success, they would leave gifts behind and try to build a rapport with the mysterious community. In one instance, he said they knew a tie-up live pig they offered was clearly unappreciated by the group, and they swiftly speared the animal to death and buried it in the sand. Holy shit, man. Well, look, I mean, to be fair, they don't know. Maybe they don't know what the hell that is, first of all. And then secondly, there's no guarantee that that thing doesn't have some kind of a disease that might not be shit to us, but it could wipe them out completely. After several expeditions trying to establish contact, the first real breakthrough came in 91 when the tribe came out to peacefully approach them in the ocean. We were puzzled why they allowed us. He said it was their decision to meet us, and the meeting took place on their terms. We jumped out of the boat, stood neck deep in water, distributing coconuts and other gifts, but we were not allowed to step onto the island. I mean, they have pictures on here. It's just fucking this is crazy. I don't know, man. I had to say I don't get it. Let's see. Pandit says that he was not overly worried about being attacked, but he always was cautious when he was in close proximity with them. Would hope so. Team members tried to communicate in language with the Sentinels and no success, as they were largely preoccupied with their gifts. They were talking amongst themselves, so we couldn't understand their language. It sounded similar to the languages spoken in other tribes. Well, no shit. That's a real breakthrough, man. They need your help to figure that out. In one memorable tense exchange on a trip, one younger member of the tribe threatened him. When I was giving away the coconuts, I got a bit separated from the rest of my team and started going close to the shore. One young boy made a funny face, took his knife out, and signaled to me that he would cut my head off. Holy shit. Immediately I called for the boat, made a quick retreat. My gesture of the boy is significant. He made it clear I was not welcome. Bro, they will fuck your shit up, dude. Indian government has since abandoned giving expeditions, and outsiders are banned from even approaching the island. The complete isolation of the Sentinelese people mean any contact with the outside could put them at deadly risk of disease because they are not likely to have immunity from even the common illness such as the flu or the measles. Duh. Alright, back to the original guy. Said the members of his crew were always pre-screened for possible communicable diseases, and only those that were in good health were allowed to travel. Chow, I guess, was the last name of the cat that went over there with the Bibles, who was killed last week, did not gain any permission for his trip. He instead paid local fishermen 25,000 rupees, or $354 American, to take him to the island illegally in hopes that he would convert the tribe to Christianity. What the fuck? So now this is a good picture. Shows how far away they are from there's Thailand right over there. I want to see if I can find out anything more about this dude to try to figure out what motivated this fucking guy to go over there. He looks like Asian Steve Irwin a little bit.
We're about to encounter some of the most remarkable reptiles that have ever existed. Incredibly dangerous at a distance and fatal up close.
Just because of the clothes that he's wearing. Snake bite survivor. So you're all kinds of crazy, huh? John Allen Chow was shot with bows and arrows as he landed on the North Sentinel Island, which forbids outsiders, say local fishermen. We already know that. According to local officials, 27-year-old was a Christian missionary, but on social media and in an interview attributed to him, Chow presented himself as an adventurer. So it doesn't mean that he doesn't have religious beliefs. So maybe the Bible is just an excuse? I don't know. I love to explore. Oh, you said that 4 years ago? Whether it's trekking through the dense old growth forest near the Chilliwack River that's on the US-Canadian border, finding rumored waterfalls in the jungle, or just wandering around the city to get a feel for the vibes. I'm an explorer at heart. You're a fucking crazy person, bro. That's crazy, dude. I've seen all different kinds of dumb white shit happening. I'm actually kind of surprised when I heard about this. I thought it would have been a white dude that would have been stupid enough to do something like that. And this guy say it's dumb. I mean, people are gonna get all pissed off. Like, oh, the guy's dead now. You shouldn't talk like that. But I mean, come on, man. Common sense, bro. That's all I'm trying to say. There's no reason why you have to go all the way over to an island, especially when you have to pay somebody to illegally get you there. Not a smart move. Yeah, okay, you already said that, man. We get it. There was nobody else there. It's not like you got killed by a dinosaur. Police said Chow had previously visited the North Sentinel Island about 4 or 5 times with the help of local fishermen who have been covering the island for years. The director of General Police, I'm not gonna get away with that name. You can go ahead and click that damn link. I'm not even gonna attempt it, dude. Told Minute News on an Indian news website that he was told that Chow lived in the United States of Alabama and he was some kind of paramedic. People thought he was a missionary because he had mentioned his position on God and that he was a believer on social media or somewhere online. But in a strict sense, he was not a missionary. He was an adventurer. His intention was to meet Aborigines. Hopefully, I said that correctly. Officials say the islanders have lived in isolation for nearly 60,000 years, therefore have no. Yeah, alright, man. How many times are you going to say the same shit to fill certain amount of words? Fuck, man, that's annoying. Skim through this real quick. Alright, so it's anywhere from 50 to 150 people. Alright, said that he set out, hired fishermen under the cover of darkness, and paddled a kayak ashore before he was killed. Reportedly brought gifts including a small soccer ball, fishing line, and scissors. He said he was living in Vancouver, working as a soccer coach, and had been inspired to travel at an early age. Oh, Jesus Christ. My brother and I used to paint our faces with wild blackberry juice and tramp through our backyard with bows and spears we created from sticks, he said. Since then, the outdoors have been my home. Well, you better be careful, dude. It's a good thing that, you're not around anymore because there are a bunch of people in this world that would probably like to kill you. How dare you be a child and do dumb shit? Inspired by Victorian explorer and missionary David Livingstone and Jesus. What did Jesus go places? Is that? I guess that's the next thing. On Instagram, a friend said that he had been martyred.
I'm content to die for my beliefs, so cut off my head and make me a martyr. The people will always remember it. No, they will forget.
What the fuck does that mean? Dear friend John was martyred on the island, killed by a bow and arrow. Still can't believe you were taken. It's a comfort to know you were with the Lord, but we'll miss you. Dude, come on, man. You were martyred, bro? It's a little extreme, no? This is ugly. What did I get myself into? Jesus. Martyred, man. You know what? Just to make sure I'm not crazy. Let's double check the definition of what it is. Person who is killed because of their religious or other beliefs. Yeah, okay. So why? So was he? I don't know, man. This whole thing stinks to me. Sounds like he was just a dude that was looking to try to do some shit that nobody's really done before, even though they had. Maybe he hasn't heard about that other guy and thought, you know what? This will be the craziest, most interesting thing I can ever do in my life. Imagine what people will say if I go to this island and I hand them all Bibles. People will lose their mind. Everybody will know who I am. I'll be the shit. I mean, there's got to be a little bit of that. Just because it kind of comes with the territory a little bit. Just really, I don't get it, dude. All this hype around this, and that's all that it pretty much was. You snuck out to an island, got whacked, and now everybody's calling you, a mercenary. And maybe, is it because, maybe somebody religious will fill me in on this in the future. Is it because the kid died that you want to throw God into it? Does it make it sound better so that people don't just look at it and say, wow, what a fucking idiot that kid is for doing something stupid like that? He should know better that something like that was going to happen to him. Is that what the purpose of it is? Or do you all just want to believe that he legitimately went over there with Bibles to try to convert them into whatever your religion is? And the last thing that I'm sure these people would want is to hear about your dumb religion. And I say dumb religion in the sense that I don't think it would matter what book you brought over there. It could have been the Bible, the Quran, the Necronomicon, whatever. I don't think they want any parts of it, man. None at all. I got an idea. Why don't you write a book that says, "Leave me the hell alone on my island and let me do what it is that I do away from all of you." If they really wanted to be a part of what is going on here. I mean, I just read earlier that there was a tsunami that wiped out a lot of shit on their island and I guess killed a lot of people. So when a helicopter went over there to go rescue some of them, they were throwing arrows at the fucking helicopter. If they don't want help to get off of the island when there's a natural disaster occurring, they sure as hell don't want a Bible, dude. I mean, I don't. Whatever. I figured I would throw something up here that was outside of the political realm for people who are tired of hearing about that kind of stuff. And I honestly thought there would be a lot more to the story than that, but I guess there isn't. It's just that simple. Is it wrong to think that this was just a stupid idea? It must be. I mean, somebody must think like, you know, I want to know how many mercenaries that are out there or people that are religious if they had a guarantee that they wouldn't get killed, if they still had to break the law and they had to get smuggled over there on fishing boats and take a kayak all the way out to the island, but there was a guarantee that they wouldn't get killed, would they still try to convert these people, the sentinels or whatever they are? Do you think that they would still do that? Would you still do that if you're? When is your belief strong enough that you think that that would be something that you should do? It's a good question, man. Kind of curious. And do you think if the kid is not religious or was not religious, do you think his family is pissed that now their kid, their brother, whatever, is now being labeled a Christian? What if they were, I don't know, I wanted my first thing to go to is Buddhist because he was Asian American, but somebody will tell me that's racist, even though I don't think so. If I meet somebody in America, odds are I would assume that they were a Catholic or a Christian just because that's what's big around here. Unless they were wearing some type of attire that would be evident that they were into something different other than that. But I mean, really, because I gotta say, I don't have kids, but if I had a kid that was just walking around trying to explore shit, and he went and did some dumb shit that got him killed, and then people were trying to say that it was because of the religion and he wanted to spread the word of God, I'd be pretty mad, dude. Like you guys you don't know my kid, so you have no right to be opening your mouth and saying shit about him. Plain and simple. I don't care about what you believe, and don't try to show up and be a hero now. You know, where the hell were this kid's friends at? That's the question that I have. I mean, well, you see I don't have many internet friends. That's evident. The one buddy I do have that goes on the internet, you can see how he does shit, just disappears right when I leave for a second. that dude I wouldn't count on. And we've actually had conversations about this where if for whatever reason, shit were to hit the fan, that kid would be the first one that would rat me out. Doesn't matter what it is. Let's say that, I don't know, he's over my house, somebody breaks in, and hypothetically, they they try to stab me, so I kill them out of self-defense. Before I even get a chance to pick up the phone, this dude is already waving detectives into my house. Like, hey, come on, you need to come over here. Sorry, dude, but I don't want to be roped into this shit. I don't want to be taken down for this shit. But my point is, the whole reason why I bring that up is because everybody has that one friend that when you're about to do some really dumb shit, they look at you and they're like, dude, I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, you might not want to do that. Him, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. Not his fault, but that's why we have numerous friends in our lives, so we know who we can rely on. Although the one thing that dude is good at is just speaking his mind. So I guess technically, he would be that dude if I said that I was gonna go sneak over to some island and pay a couple guys to get me over there. I'm sure he'd be like, well, have fun, but I think you're a dumbass for doing it. He probably would say that. But that's my question is where the hell are this kid's friends in all of this? Did nobody try to stop you and go, hey man, that's not really a good idea. I don't think that's something you should do? Or was it the opposite? Like, no, dude, you know what? If you're gonna go give him a soccer ball, here, take these Bibles, man. See if you can get him into Jesus, bro.
That's fun. I think that's funny.
You know what I mean? Like, Jesus saves, bro. He's not gonna let anything bad happen to you. Fucking wild. I really don't get it. I wanna know, kinda wanna know what the last thing, as he was going up to that island, no part of him wanted to back away? Not even a little bit? Or maybe that stubborn part of your brain kicks in where you're like, well, I already spent the money. I might as well just see where this thing goes. See what happens.
Oh, stupid man.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure, honestly. But I mean, it is questions that we'll never have answers to, but fucking hell, man. There's so many different things you could do. My mind keeps coming around to that. Even if you were a religious guy, there's not people in your neighborhood that you could try to persuade. Getting to go fuck yourself is a hell of a lot better than getting killed with arrows, but, that's just my opinion. Fuck, man. Definitely is not some shit that I would ever do. But then again, I've seen too much go wrong in life. So I'm always going to be a little bit cautious whenever I do anything, but that's just me. I don't know if necessarily I'm jaded because of that, but I think a lot of this comes down to common sense too. I don't think if I put out a poll right now and I asked a bunch of people if they would go to the island or not, I wonder if they would go. How many people would say they would go? I mean, I'm sure you would have your religious nuts that would say that they would go because those people need Jesus in their lives, even though they have no idea who Jesus is. And that brings me to actually another question that I'm sure we'll never get the answer for. But these people are unaffected by everything that we have going on here in the West and even what goes on over on the eastern parts of the world. So they have no real religious influence, right? and they only talk about themselves. Do you think that talk amongst themselves rather? Do you think that they have some kind of a belief system? You think they believe in God? I mean, I think that would be an interesting control group, don't you think? Because if they were to come up with the idea of a God, or even the idea that there is no God, you would kind of just sit back and say, well, they came to that conclusion all on their own. I mean, think about it. There's no televisions, there's no iPhones or Androids. There's nothing to persuade them into going towards that direction. I mean, I guess you can make an argument. They would seem like they're almost the most pure version of a human being. In the sense that, like, it seems like the way they live is we eat whatever is here. Kind of wonder what their diet is, too, because if they're on a small island, I can't imagine there's too many animals that are left. I mean, maybe there is. I have no idea. You know what? Let me try to look up again this thing. North Sentinel Island. Yeah, okay. We know that they live there. Write a review or add a photo. Oh fuck. Sorry guys, I'm doing it. I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in. I have to do it. I'm sorry. Went here with my girlfriend for a holiday. I loved it. She wasn't impressed. Very poor choice for a romantic getaway. Great choice for anyone who liked to rough it up a bit. She thought it was hard to get a free table for dinner. Then didn't like how we got one who kept being interrupted by arrows and death threats from all the waiters. I loved it. Girlfriend didn't like that very much. Wait, the meal was okay. Not sure what it was, but it tasted like chicken or pulled pork, possibly human. Damn. Very peaceful once we got away from the locals who insisted on trying to spear us to death. But I will say, outside of the village, there's no noise, so I slept like a baby under the stars. 5-star, would go 100% back. Girlfriend's not speaking to me though. Beautiful vacation spot. Hope to open a Starbucks or Burger King franchise. Was working with the locals when suddenly my head became detached from my body. As far as I can tell, we have no deal. Still a nice time though. Highly recommended. Great place, but unfortunately the food wasn't that good. My right leg was supposed to be perfectly boiled, but it was still a bit raw. Hospitality here is something to die for, and would come and share my right hand with these sweet people. Alright, that's pretty funny, man. That's pretty funny. Let me get out of this now, because I'm going completely off of the whole point why I came in here. Now, what was the point? Oh yeah, Sun Island animal population. Let's see what kind of animals inhabited. Their population was estimated between 50 and 400. Not them, asshole. Talking about the animals that live on the island. Are there any? I mean, I guess not. Because nothing comes up in the search engine when I put it in. Do they have fire? They don't know how to make fire. Observations made by landing parties in deserted villages have concluded they wait for lightning strikes, then keep the resulting embers burning as long as they can. Video exists taken by anthropologists from distant vantages. And why is my ass vibrating? Where the hell did I put my phone? Whatever. Find it later. That's crazy. Are they cannibals? or age-old belief that they think they're cannibals, but nobody really knows. You can Google Earth it? Why? Let me try one more time. Hey Google, do you mind getting out of my way, bro? So I can... Whatever, I'll write it down first. Because I don't want to spell it wrong. Somebody else put that too. What the hell do they eat? Do they know? Hunter-gatherers, bows and arrows. They hunt terrestrial wildlife. Rudimentary methods to catch local seafood such as mud crabs. Oh shit, duh. I didn't even... Bro, I'm not even making this up right now. I completely did not realize they live right next to the fucking ocean. And I don't know, maybe they fish to get their food. Holy shit, I am stupid. So, don't take what I say to heart too literally. I just forgot that a whole island full of people eat fucking seafood. Holy shit. Shows you how smart I am. Oh, man. Fucking idiot. I guess so there's a bunch of YouTube videos. They're doing fine on their own. They fish and eat washed up coconuts. Where the hell do the coconuts come from? I mean, there's 400 miles, 479 miles, a long way to go, dude. Well, then, to be fair, when I was in elementary school, we put a message in a bottle and threw it into the fucking ocean, and it made it all the way to the UK and back, and that was from a local spot not too far from where I live now. Oh, they had to throw it back a few times. They kept getting, crude shit. So eventually they had to put in a note that it was from a bunch of elementary school kids. I don't remember much of my life, but I'm definitely not going to forget that anytime soon. Just because of how strange of a thing that is, that it goes all the way. And it's too bad I don't have a copy of that damn note. I would really be curious to read it now, see what it actually said. But I don't know, I think this might be a better topic for some kind of a group chat thing. But then again, I mean, can you really say anything other than whatever I've just said? Probably not really. How long is this going for? 46 minutes? I mean, it'd be different if I had $1 million. If I had a few people that can throw the conversation in a few other directions. But since I don't, and it's just me here, I think I covered pretty much everything. Kid clearly did not have any objective friends, and if he did, he probably told them all to go fuck themselves. He was going to do it anyway, if he's as stubborn as I am. Although, to be fair, I won't eat in a place that I've never had food before. That's where my stubbornness comes in. I don't like doing new shit that goes out of my comfort zone. You get food poisoning once or twice, bro. You learn to be selective with what the hell you put in your stomach. I was gonna say put in your mouth, but I know that opens me up to a whole line of insults and possible emotional injuries. Oh shit. And then the other thing is still the fact that, let's go down the list. No friend. Objections. We'd assume, again, we're assuming, don't know for sure, but we'll find out. Maybe a few months from now, when one of his buddies wants to try to get famous for 5 minutes, maybe he'll come out and say, I told him he shouldn't do it. My new book comes out in the spring of next year. If you want to know the full story behind the story, go grab that shit. And it'll be a fucking bestseller for all of a day or two. Okay. Christian or not, we don't know. So that's question one right there. Bible for show. There's another question because I don't see how you would bring the soccer ball at least makes sense a little bit.
I'm sorry, Wilson!
Because if you're a dude that's into soccer and there's a gang of people that have never seen a soccer ball before, it's like going on to an island full of children. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Like a kid that doesn't know what soccer is. He's never heard about it, or she's never heard about it. They know nothing of the sort. You bring them a soccer ball, and then they look at it like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? You could be like, hey man, look, this is what you do. Check it out. You can kick it, and then I don't know. It'd probably be on some robot chicken shit, where he would go up onto the island, and they do a cutscene where native people to the island are not trying to kill him with bows and arrows. So they're just standing there, and he goes to kick the ball, and he just pegs one of them dead square in the forehead. That would be pretty funny. It was an illegal activity because you have to smuggle yourself over. And what was the escape plan? I mean, I had to talk to my brother because he uses kayaks or canoes or whatever the hell it was. And if this is the one that I'm thinking of, is the one that's really, it looks almost like one end of a banana peel, man, where it has that small circle that you can stick your fucking body in. There's no way that you're not going to escape very quickly, is the point that I'm trying to make. Very badly, but it's the point that I'm trying to make. If motherfuckers are throwing arrows at you, a canoe or a kayak is not a thing that you can jump into and make a quick escape out of there, especially because you have to row it. So you get a arrow through the bone in your hand or your wrist, and then you're screwed, bro. What are you gonna do now? And these guys are probably have gotten so good at tossing these arrows, dude, that they could probably whack you on the first try. I mean, I know that animals in theory are a little bit wider, but then again, I'm thinking like buffaloes and shit, dude. I don't think there's any buffaloes that are wandering around on the fucking island. Was he into illegal activity? Did he dabble in doing shit like this all of the time? What other places has he gone to where he had to pay somebody to get him in there? I mean, dude, why not go to like Area 51 or some shit? If that's even, I think that's what it's called. But now we're going in a whole separate direction, but I gotta check and see. I'm gonna put it in the Google. I'm just gonna leave a Google tab open. Right? It's the alien spot. Area 51 Air Base in Lincoln County, Nevada. United States Air Force facility, commonly known as Area 51, is a highly classified remote detachment of Edwards Air Force within Nevada Test and Training Range. Well, is that where the aliens supposedly crashed at? You would think that would be one of the first thing that comes up. Area 51 location, the real story behind the myth of Area 51. What do you think? Should we go in? Or should I just leave it alone? Nobody's objecting. Fuck it, let's do it. Look, we've already dug ourselves a hole anyway. Or at least I did. I dug my own self a hole. Pretty much saying that this kid was an asshole for doing something this stupid. So, I mean, when you're in this deep, dude, you might as well just keep going. I mean, honestly, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference. Do we get into conspiracy theories? Could this be one of them? I don't know. Find out. The real story behind the myth of Area 51. Also, I like how we completely went from an island where some poor kid gets whacked with arrows, and now somehow I'm on Area 51 and aliens. There are no aliens at America's most famous top secret military base. Round of applause. I can read out loud just a little bit. But what is there is just as interesting. Well, first of all, aliens or no aliens, bro, how come it is highly classified? Right? That's what it said? Or no, top secret, highly classified. I'm a fucking asshole. Somebody should throw some fucking arrows at me, huh? Jesus. Alright, this is from September 14, 2017. Some guy wrote this. Damn, he's got 17.9 thousand shares on Facebook, Twitter, and email. It's a lot. In the middle of the barren Nevada desert, there's a dusty, unmarked road that leads to the front gates of Area 51. Bum, bum, bum. I'm fucking scared now. It's protected by a little more than a chain link fence and a boom gate. What the fuck is a boom gate? Oh, I'm going down a hole, man. I'm going down a rabbit hole, the likes of which I have never seen. A boom barrier, also known as a boom gate, is a gar. Is a gar? Is that what I just said? Holy shit. Alright, I take back the clap from earlier. I cannot read out loud. Is a bar or pole pivoted to allow the bottom to block vehicular access through a controlled point. Typically, the tip of a boom raises in a vertical arc. Oh, shit. Okay, I know what that is. Basically, it's a fucking toll booth, pretty much. Whatever. I can't write either, apparently. But anyway, now that we figured out that this is a fancy word for toll booth, and before you kill me, I understand that, what the fuck happened? Do you have the right tools for your home projects? Dude, I don't fix anything, bro. I don't know how to do all that shit. I'm clearly not a coordinatedly gifted person. I can't even build sentences together. You think I'm gonna use power tools? Out of your mind, man. And an intimidating trespassing sign. One would think that America's much mythicized top secret base would be under closer guard, but make no mistake, they are watching. Man, you know what? Let me try to screen share this. Okay, I thought I hit the end of broadcast button. Present to everyone. Oh yeah, I guess that's only for guests. I can hide from my own broadcast? That's awesome. I had no idea I could do that. How cool is that? I'm a nerd. Leave me alone. Alright. Is it working? Can you see it? I don't know. Damn, how much of a delay is YouTube on right now? Whatever. It should be. It shows that it's sharing. So hopefully you can see this picture. I'll leave it up for a second, just so you can see it, just in case. Oh shit, you can click it and it goes closer. How awesome is that? I had no idea that you could do that. Damn, that's cool. And if you click it 2 more times, you go backwards. What? I'm using that shit from now on. It's just too bad that it's all blurred up and I can't read the sign. Where the hell was I at now? Oh yeah, make no mistake, they are watching. They're always watching, bro. You know what you should do, dude? Next time you go to make a phone call, man, every time you have to call somebody that's not one of your friends, why don't you write down every time you hear the words,
This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance or training purposes.
why don't you go ahead and write that down and see how many fucking people are listening in on what you're saying. And it doesn't stop there, okay? I posted up an Instagram video and it had art on it, and now on my YouTube feed, I'm getting fucking suggested art videos for a program that's installed on this computer that I don't use. Never have. So, explain that one, Freud. By the way, the Instagram channel is YTJACKOF1TRADE. Follow that shit. Beyond the Gate, cameras see every angle.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You?
Hell no.
I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
I don't know why you're getting all mad and yelling at me, dude. I'm just making a simple point from an outsider's perspective. That's all I'm trying to do.
You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I see your point. It saves lives and it's terrible, but at the same time, do you need to lie about everything? I mean, you don't think the people deserve to know what the fuck is actually going on?
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
The distant hilltop, there's a white pickup truck with tinted windshield peering down on everything below. I don't see it. And who is this asshole? And what is, I guess that's drones that are on those signs over there? Our tinted windows is on some freak shit, although that must be a pretty cool job. I mean, how many people must go there? Not many, you would assume, right? Not too many. Oh shit, I knocked the battery out of my mouse. Okay, here we go. This is a professional podcast, people. This is what happens. Locals say the base knows every desert tortoise and jackrabbit that hops the fence. Others claim there are embedded sensors in the approaching road. It wouldn't surprise me. Simulate and play possible World War III scenarios. Everything is always war with us, man. Jesus Christ, we are an angry group of people.
I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it.
What exactly goes on inside Area 51 has led decades of wild speculation. There are, of course, the alien conspiracies. The galactic visitors are tucked away somewhere on the inside. One of the more colorful rumors insists that the infamous 1947 car crash in Roswell was actually a Soviet aircraft piloted by mutilated midgets. What? Dude, I've never heard that in my life. Never. I don't know about all that. Some even believe the U.S. government was filmed 1969 moon landing in the base's hangar. Okay. Well, we don't want to get too deep into this, but, I'll probably save this for another time. No, I mean, we're already here, right? What difference does it make? Nobody's probably going to really care anyway, right? I mean, how much can you really say about a kid that got whacked with arrows? I led into aliens. Maybe we'll go somewhere cool from here. Some of you guys probably think this is nerd shit. Or do you believe? You know what? Here's a good question. Do you believe that the moon landing was faked and they filmed it like a movie? Or do you believe that we actually went to the moon? I'd be curious to see what your thoughts are on that. I'll give you a second to think about it in case anybody is out there, and you can post it up in the comments. If nobody says anything, then I'll just tell you whatever mine is when I'm done reading this. For all the missing legends. What? Oh, yep. Okay. Mutilated midgets. That's so funny, dude. Wrecked remains on the ground of Area 51. Some even believe the U.S. government killed. Yeah, so I did read that. In one of the base's hangars. For all the myths and legends, what's true in Area 51 is real and still very active. Active with what? There may not be aliens or moon landing movie sets inside those fences, but something is going on, and only a select few are privy to what's happening further down that closely monitored wind-swept Nevada road. The forbidden aspect of Area 51, what makes people want to know what's there, says aerospace historian Peter Merlin, who's been researching Area 51 for more than 3 decades. And sure, there still is a lot going on there. Like what? Is this whole article bullshit? Are we not going to get a damn thing out of this? You told me aliens aren't real, that it was either aliens are not real, maybe it was the Russians, could have been disfigured midgets from the circus. We don't know. And you're not even going to leave me with something? By the way, aliens are real. They have to be. They have to be real. Are we going to do this right now? I think we should do this right now. Look. If there could be a group of people on a whole separate island, a few 100 miles away from civilization, why can't there be aliens? Boom. Bam! How you like that shit right there?
You win. Perfect.
Perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Really, though, I think there's aliens for real. And I'll tell you why. Because it would make sense. And I don't mean aliens like big green guys with big eyeballs and shit like that. That's not what I mean. It could be anything. An alien could be a fucking some kind of a space lizard that lives on a completely different planet. You know? Or maybe there are people. Maybe there are people on other planets who maybe they resemble the way that we are. Maybe they don't. But I think it's highly unlikely out of all the planets in fucking space, dude. And we're the only people that are alive on the planet. Stop it. No way. No fucking way. In the beginning, Area 51 is directly related to the development of U-2 reconnaissance aircraft. After World War II, Soviet Union lowered the Iron Curtain around themselves and the rest of the Eastern Bloc. Okay, man, we don't need a history lesson, bro. Where's the cool stuff at? Do you want U.S. history? Is that something that we should cover? I think it's a snooze, man. Just that, like, we get it. We get it. The Russians didn't like us very much. They probably still don't. We had beef with the Japanese. We were kind of shitty to the, not kind of shitty. We were very shitty to those people, sticking them in internment camps and shit. I mean, there has to be a way to be able to figure out if somebody's a fucking spy or not. You don't have to take an entire group of people and stick them in a fucking horrible place. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know shit about shit. I should pull up my pants. Dennis Leary.
That's my theory. Just ask me or Columbo. He'll back me up on this one.
Early 1950s, U.S. Navy and airports sent low-flying aircraft to reconnaissance missions over the USSR. So, wait, is that what this place is? Eisenhower approved the secret development of high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft called the U-2 program. Why do you repeat yourselves? Am I the only person that writes things that doesn't... In my writing, I might repeat myself here. That's because I'm trying to find myself a second to blurt out another thought that doesn't matter. One of the first orders of business was to track down a remote convert location for training and testing. Southern Nevada desert near a salt flat known as Groom Lake. I don't want to know where they got that name from. Which had once been a World War II aerial gunnery range. Is that how you say that word? Gunnery? I would imagine. For Army Air Corps pilots. Known by its map. Yeah, whatever. Top secret military base. So that's what it was. They're building planes. Let's see, is there anything that I recognize on here? Maybe one of the bands you like, stickers on here. That's what I would do. If I was gonna stick some shit on here, I would put a band or a show that I like. Get a fucking bonfire sticker and stick it right on here. So people will go, what the hell is that? I don't know, let's go look it up. Funny ass show, by the way. It looks like a Funny or Die smiley face. I think that's what they use. Making a myth. So what, you're gonna try to say that you hid planes in this joint, it crashed during a secret flight test, and now everybody thinks that there's aliens? 1955, reports came flooding in, unidentified object sightings. If you read the details in a 92 CIA report that was declassified with redactions in 98, subsequently released nearly in full in 2013, it's easy to see why. Well, why is it redacted then? Why don't they just give us the name of the whole deal, right? Why you gotta, when you redact shit like that, you make people think that there's more there. Many of these sightings were observed by commercial airline pilots who have never seen an aircraft fly at such altitudes as a U-2. Whereas today's airlines can soar as high as 45,000 feet, in the mid-1950s they flew at an altitude of 10 to 20,000. Is that a lot? There's a big difference, right? I don't know. I don't fly. To me, that they make it sound like that's not that far from the ground. Like, I'm sure it's above houses, yeah? I don't know. I'm learning things. What do you want from me? Naturally, Air Force officials knew the majority's unexpected sightings were U-2 tests, but they were not allowed to reveal the details to the public, so natural phenomenon or high altitude weather research became the go-to explanation for UFO sightings, including the thing. Alright, well, wait a minute though. Do you think this is happening inside? It's definitely aliens. Aliens. Experimental airplane testing. I don't know, man. I thought there was an article. Time to go back to the Google. Okay, because I swear, unless this is a rumor too, it might be made up. It might be completely made up, and I could be full of shit. But I don't know. Let's see if I could spell paper. Newspaper. Article. Alien Area 51. Why would you look for fireworks over there? 1947 high altitude balloon crash in Roswell. Smithsonian Magazine? Oh, they're probably gonna lie too, but I could have swore that there was a newspaper that said there were aliens for real. Or at least that's what they thought it was, and then the government came out and said, no, it's no, I'm not that into history, bro, but I'll pass you guys along to somebody who might be. I only know the Smithsonian from that show Bones. I don't know if you've seen that shit. That's a good show. And Cam is a pretty sexy chick too, dude. I don't care what you say. 1947 high altitude balloon crash landed in Roswell. The aliens never left. Roswell Daily Record. Why'd I say it like that? Record. The asshole. What was in the news back then, man? Must have been crazy. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to live in that time, for sure. Captured flying saucer on ranch in Roswell. So, alright, I'm not crazy. That, to me, that says aliens. You know, that you can take that as aliens flying a saucer. But then why was it a saucer? The thing that we were just at showed the plane. And it didn't look anything like... But then again, this is 1947. People were fucking dumb back then. Even without cell phones and... I'm not saying that some... Oh, God. Cell phones. There we go. Make people smart. But, I mean... It's gotta be better than nothing. Roswell, New Mexico, exactly 7 decades ago this month. Wait, when was this put out? Recently? Is it this month? Ugh, whatever. Oh, wait, nope, there it is. July 5th, 2017. So we're way past that. Okay. Ranger W.W. Mack driving across their ranch lands 80 miles northwest when they encounter something they've never seen before. A large area of bright wreckage made up of rubber strips, tinfoil, and rather tough paper and stickers. Well, if that's what you're building in there, you need to go back to the fucking blueprints, buddy. Because that's not going to work very well. Metallic looking, a lightweight fabric is scattered, shredded across the gravel, sagebrush of the New Mexican desert. Brazel didn't know what to do with the newfound items or how they landed on the property, so on July 4th, he collected all of the mysterious wreckage he can find. On the 7th, drove it all into Roswell, delivering the goods to a Sheriff George Wilcox. He too was confused, seeking answers. He contacted some other asshole who works in the army and located just outside of town. Alright, now we're getting into what is this, a video of this? Can we just skip all the reading? I guess not. What's happening? Hi, Roger. Oh, shit. I forgot you can't hear this. So what sense is it? That's no good. If you can see it, but you can't hear it, what the hell is the point? Right? I got an idea. Maybe, just maybe, I can send it to myself. Well, if I do that, then let me... Wrong fucking window. I could send it to myself, but... fuck it. I don't know, man. I went on a fucking tear about nothing, huh?
Thank you for flying Church of England, Cake or Death.
All right, kid, here's the deal. At any given time, there are around 1,500 aliens on the planet. Most of them right here in Manhattan. And most of them are decent enough. They're just trying to make a living.
Cab drivers.
Not as many as you'd think. Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
What's the catch?
The catch? The catch is you will sever every human contact. Nobody will ever know you exist anywhere.